Let's talk to God. One more thing, like, subscribe, and share. Come on, let's talk to God. Woo!
Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Cutler here on the Let's Talk to Cutler broadcast, the Let's Talk to Cutler virtual book club, the Let's Talk to Cutler YouTube channel. And it is the 27th of February. This is the last Tuesday of the month. Would you all believe, can you all believe that the next time we see each other, we'll be chatting and it will be a new month already and we will move toward coming toward the end of the quarter. I mean, slowly but surely we're on our way there. And I'm just so excited to spend this time with you all. And let me just say thank you for allowing me to share this time with you all, because in case people are stopping by for the very first time and they're wondering, what's the guy talking about? Why is he always up there going on and on and on and on? This is a moment of gratitude for me. One of the things that I've learned is to express gratitude. And I don't mind verbalizing and vocalizing gratitude. I could stop there, and that could be the very thing that we talk about this evening: how to make sure that you vocalize and verbalize gratitude, how to express gratitude. What is the harm in saying thank you to people? What is the harm in saying what you're grateful for? What is the harm in saying what you're thankful about? I'm thankful for you all. I'm thankful for so many things. And I think that if we generally, in this thing that we call humanity and in the human race, if we practice verbalizing and expressing gratitude, we will be a healthier people, we will be a happier people, we will be a more wholesome people. So this week, as you go throughout the rest of this week, I want you to work on expressing gratitude, work on verbalizing gratitude. Let people know that you're thankful for them. Stop and breathe the air, stop and take in your surroundings and enjoy those moments and learn to express gratitude. Now, that's not what I'm here to talk about this evening, but that just happened to come out as I was greeting you all and as I was receiving the greetings that you all are giving me. Some of you are over in the chat, you're saying hi already. So thank you for that. I do want to stop and say to those people who are stopping by for the very first time, thank you. And if this is your first time, if you have not done so, do me a favor, y'all. Come on, do me a favor. I'm an old Southern guy, so do me a favor. Just go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. So subscribe, and once you click on subscribe, there's a notification bell either down there, up there, over there, over there. I'm not sure where it is on your particular device, but click on that notification bell because it lets you know whenever I've gone live or whenever I have uploaded new content. Like I'm live right now. This is not Memorex. This is me. I'm really I'm really here. So again, after you subscribe, go ahead and click on the notification bell because it lets you know again whenever I've gone live and whenever I have uploaded new content. And then go on and take it one step further. If you don't mind, share this broadcast with somebody else and tell them, hey, come on, let's talk to Color. The guys up here just trying to offer things that can be inspirational, things that can be motivational, things that can challenge us to show up our best selves, even in the worst of situations. That phrase, it makes me want to jump up and run every time I hear it because it resonates within the core of my soul, striving to show up my best self, even in the worst of situations. Because life happens, life comes, life goes, and we have ins and outs, ups and downs, and roundabouts. We run into hurdles, we run into pitfalls, we run into potholes, metaphorically on the highway, and sometimes not so metaphorically, but we run into all sorts of things in life. And unless we stop and we have conversations like this where we can examine, how do I respond? Because it is your response that really, really matters. And when we have these conversations, this, you all, is how we show up our best self, even in the worst of situations. Because if we respond and we give our visceral reaction to so many things, and we might fail the test, and I don't want any of us to fail the test. I want us all to be the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. So one of the things that I want to talk about this evening is really how to seize the moment. How many of y'all know that there are moments that come and moments that go, and sometimes we miss the moment? I don't want any of us to miss the moment. So I want to talk this evening about how to seize the moment. That is important to me. We've talked about, as we were getting ready for the incoming of 2024, I think one of the things that we talked about was making sure that we're ready, making sure that we're letting go of some things, make sure that we are laying hold and we're casting vision and we see where we want to go and we see how we want to get there and we're strategically planning. But one of the things I want us to make sure that every single day we do not miss is a moment. Because it is all about the moment. And I don't know about you all, but I've lived long enough to have some regrets. And we're not going to talk about that this evening, but there are some regrets that I have. Why? Because I've missed some of the moments. I've missed some of the moments that life afforded me. And let me just say this, they don't always come back full circle. They don't always circle back around. Sometimes as an educator, one of the things that I like to do, I would give a test. And sometimes I would test my students on things that I had already talked about. But life does not always do that. Life is gracious, but and the creator of the universe, God is gracious, but sometimes we don't get to face those lessons again. And so I want us to make sure that we seize every moment, every possibility, every encounter. Let me just shout out the people of the LTTC VIPs before I keep on going, because you all know sometimes I start on 9 and I get to 10 before I know it. So let me just shout out those of you who are over in the chat. The first 3 people that I see in the chat this evening, those are who I call the LTTC VIPs. And I see more of you in the chat, but the first three that I saw come in this evening were Linda Martin, Annie Cutler, and Paula D. Thank you all so much for being there. And for the rest of you, go on and tell people, come on and let's talk to Cutler, because we're talking about this evening, making sure that we know how to seize the moment. This is the last week of course, this is Healthy Heart Month. This is Black History Month as well. And I want to pay a tribute to the Black History celebration of the month. I want to offer this quote, and really that can be the catalyst for, or the impetus behind why we're talking about how to seize the moment. It's Madam C.J. Walker who said, don't sit down and wait for opportunities to come. Don't sit down and wait for the opportunities to come. Get up and make them. And I think that is so true for so many of us. Sometimes we sit and we wait. So we sit in this passive posture, and we sit and we wait for opportunities to come. We wait for things to come our way. But one of the things that Madam C.J. Walker, who was a self-made millionaire in the hair care industry, one of the things that Madam C.J. Walker said was, you don't sit down and wait for opportunities to come. Get up and go and make them. That really goes along with the phrase carpe diem, which is really seize the moment. You have to take full advantage of the moments, because I don't know about you all, but again, I don't want to miss the moments. I'm old enough now to have missed some moments, and I don't want to miss the moments that may lead to better victories, moments that may lead to better success, moments that may lead to bigger wins. And so I want us to seize the moment. Take life by both horns and just seize the moment and enjoy them. And one of the ways that you seize the moment is you make sure that you learn how to say goodbye to the things that are holding you back. Here we go. Go and tell somebody, come on, let's talk to Cutler, because the man is already on 10 and he's talking about spending 1,800 seconds. He hasn't even spent 800 yet. But I'm telling you all, one of the things that you can do to seize the moment is to make sure that you learn how to say goodbye to the things that are holding you back. Some of us will never be able to say hello to new opportunities until we can say goodbye to the things that were holding us back. So for some of us, we've got to say goodbye to the past so we can say hello to the future. Cutler, that's easier said than done. I recognize that it's easier said than done, but that's why I'm here to motivate us. I'm here to inspire us to make sure that we do that, because if we're going to be the best version of ourselves and be the best version of ourselves, even in the worst of situations, we need to learn how to say goodbye to the things that are holding us back. What does that look like, Cutler? What does this mean? It means that it's something that I call make sure that you don't drown in your what ifs. One of the reasons that some of us don't sometimes say goodbye to the things that are holding us back is because we're afraid that we're going to drown in what ifs. What if it doesn't work out? What if I'm not as happy with the thing that I lay hold to as I was with the thing that I was holding on to? What if the grass isn't greener on the other side? What if I can't go back to how it was? Don't drown in the what ifs. You're trying to let go. You're trying to say goodbye to the things that are holding you back. But before you can let go of the things that are holding you back, you're trying to do a lot of what ifs regarding the things that lie ahead in your future. But don't drown in the what ifs. We might need to share that with somebody. I might need to offer that to one of my friends or colleagues who's in the t-shirt business and have a slogan, a motto that says, don't drown in the what ifs. It hasn't even happened yet, and you're already counting yourself out. What if I fail? What if I don't succeed? What if it's harder than I expect? What if the grass is not greener? What if I have to spend a little more money? What if it takes longer? What if? Don't drown in the what ifs. What if I don't make it? What if I struggle a little longer? What if? But what about the positive side on those what ifs, you all? Don't drown in the what ifs. Because if you end up getting caught in the what ifs, let me say this, when you start believing like that, it's going to prevent you from seizing the moment. It's going to prevent you from living an extraordinary life. Because sometimes we can limit ourselves. And whenever an opportunity comes your way, you make sure, whenever an opportunity comes your way, make sure that you don't talk yourself out of it. There were times, and I just need to be transparent because hopefully it would help save somebody else from going down this path. There were times when opportunities came my way, and I told myself, you know what, I might need to hold out because something better might come along. How did that serve you, Cutler? And how well did that do for you? Let me just hold out because a better opportunity might just come along. Some of us have been skeptical about opportunities, and we just sat on the sideline waiting for something else to come along. What if I miss out if I go for that? Well, is it possible to do both of them? You have to see yourself as being capable of the opportunities that life present you. You have to not only find yourself or consider yourself as being capable, but you have to consider yourself worthy of whatever life presents you. Not with any arrogance or conceit, but you are worthy because life presents you different opportunities to pull out the strength and the values that are poured inside of you by the Creator. So learn how to say goodbye to the things that are holding you back. Don't drown in the what ifs. Jay Song, I'm so very serious about that. Don't drown in the what ifs. We would think ourselves out of victories. We would think ourselves out of successes. We would think ourselves out of wins when we didn't even take a step toward them. How are you going to think yourself out of it when you haven't even stepped towards it? So learn. Let's learn. Let's learn. Hey, Auntie, my friend, it's so good to see you. We're talking about how to seize the moment this evening. One of the things that I'm sharing, one of the first steps that I shared is to make sure that you learn how to say goodbye to the things that are holding you back and make sure that you don't drown in the what ifs of life. How are you going to think yourself out of something before you seize the moment? Put a positive spin on it. We can always reinvent the what ifs. What if it does work? Right. Jay Song, for you. Thank you so much. That's what I'm saying. We drown in the negative what ifs, but put a positive spin on it. What if I lose? What if it's struck? What if I have to struggle? But what if you win? What if it's not as hard as you thought it was going to be? What if it is not as difficult as you imagined it? Learn how to say goodbye to the things that are holding you back. And then learn how to seize the day. What does that look like, Cutler? What does seize the day mean? What does it look like? It means that you've got to step outside of your comfort zone. You've got to learn how to do something new. You've got to take a chance. Yes, stepping outside of your comfort zone means taking a risk and doing something that you've talked about, but maybe you've never done. What does it look like in 2024? I'll tell you what it looks like for some of us. For some of us, it looks like that we're hiding inside of our homes. We're hiding inside of our personal spaces. We're hiding behind our computers, and we're hiding in a space that's safe, a space that's comfortable, a space that's limited, a space that might not have any opportunity for growth. But seizing the moment and seizing the day, if you're going to seize the moment and seize the day, living in your comfort zone all the time, that's not what life is all about. Learn how to move beyond your proverbial perimeters. Learn how to move beyond those borders that can sometimes be barriers. Sometimes our borders can be barriers. We think that they are borders to keep people out, but sometimes they are barriers that lock us in. Learn how to step outside and breathe air. Learn how to dance in the rain. Figuratively, if you want, or literally if you want, but certainly figuratively. Learn how to dance in the rain. Learn how to step outside and breathe new air. Learn how to look at that bucket list that you made and don't pretend that you don't have one, because most of us have a wish list. We have a bucket list of the things that I wish I could do, the places I wish I could go, the people that I wish I could meet. Don't act like you don't have one. Learn how to do something new. And there are some things that make us nervous, but just learn. Seizing the moment takes you outside of your comfort zone. It means that you learn how to face your fears. I didn't say you get rid of them. You learn how to face them. You learn how to deal with them. Sometimes we get advice and people say, oh, you need to get rid of that fear. I don't tell people get rid of the fear. I tell people learn how to manage your fear. Learn how to face it and manage it. Because it is quite possible to deal with two feelings at one time. Sometimes, I'm not saying it's any of us, but sometimes we know so many people who've lived their entire lives in fear. They feared the unknown. They feared rejection. They feared getting hurt. They feared what might happen. They feared what could happen. They feared this possibility. They feared that possibility. And the whole time they're having fears about what could go wrong. There's a possibility of what could go right. Paula D, I love that so much. I have a bottomless bucket list, she says. Absolutely. So let's learn how to set out and face these fears and deal with them little by little. You have a fear of heights? Go walk up a staircase. No hands. Don't hold on to the rails. Just walk up the staircase and say, you know what? I'm going to deal with my fear. I'm going to figure out what makes me afraid. Do I not have confidence in myself that I'm going to miss a step, that I need the handrail? Whatever it is, learn how to face your fear and learn how to manage it. For some of us, that's all we need to do. And can I tell you all this? When it comes to seizing the moment, have joy about the day. If you've gone 24 hours and you haven't smiled, if you've gone 24 hours and you haven't laughed, if you've gone 24 hours and you haven't chuckled, if you've gone 24 hours and you haven't done any of the above, laughed, smiled, or chuckled, then you didn't have a good 24 hours. I just need to put that out there and say it. As I smile. I'm telling you all, it is so true. How many of us know people who've gone a whole 24 hours, sometimes 48, sometimes 72 hours? They didn't smile at anybody. They didn't laugh at anything. They didn't chuckle about anything. None of the above. Learn how to add a little play to your day. And I'm not saying be mischievous. That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm not saying be devious or do anything that's really nefarious. I'm not suggesting any of that, but I'm saying learn how to add a little bit of play to every day. If you ever get an opportunity, and what a privilege this may be, but if you ever get an opportunity to chat with someone who is on their deathbed, have a conversation with them. And one of the things you may discover is that when they share with you, they might say to you, I wish that I didn't work as much. I wish that I had not worked as much. Because life is not all about work, but there has to be some play in every single day. Sure, we all need money to live. So work has to be a part of our life. I get that. But does it have to be the main focus? Can it be a primary focus? Yes, but does it have to be the main focus? Absolutely not. Aren't there activities in your bottomless bucket list that you want to do? Aren't there places that you would like to discover? Aren't there conversations that you would like to have with some friends and family members? Make life about those moments. This is how you seize the day. Think of the activities and the things and the circumstances and the scenarios. Think of the things that make you happy and try to incorporate those in your life. Some way, some simple way. Learn how to incorporate the things that make you happy. Learn how to incorporate those into your day. And don't stay inside all day. I mean that. I don't mean that just figuratively, but I mean it literally. Don't stay inside all day. Go outside. And let me ask you this, you all. See, I grew up. I had the privilege and the blessing of growing up in the South. I'm not only in the South, but I grew up along the coast. And I love the water. Learn how to seize the day. Learn how to seize the moment, because every moment is weaved in the fabric of nature. So let me ask us this. When was the last time you stood by a body of water? Maybe a lake, a river, an ocean, a pond, something other than the water in your bathtub or your kitchen sink. Other than that water, when was the last time you stood by a body of water? How many times do we drive past rivers and brooks and streams and ponds and oceans? How many times do we just drive right on by that? We say, oh, I'm not a water person, but it is a part of nature. I promise you, if you can just stand by a body of water and take a deep breath of fresh air, get out into nature. That helps you to seize the moment. Listen to the waves crash into the rocks. Listen to the seagulls singing as they fly over the water. Cutler, I'm not into rocks. I mean, I'm not into water, and you may not be. Many of you who know me remember when I would take walks along the National Mall in Washington, D.C. every Saturday. And I would feature those rocks on another one of my social media platforms. I would feature rather those walks on another social media platform. And then occasionally, after doing my 5, 6, or 7 mile walk, I would stop and just sit on the benches and just people watch and watch the bird, the dogs chase the squirrels, just watching everything. Sitting on a park bench, communing with nature, becoming one with this thing that is called creativity, that's called creation. That's how you seize the moment. Seizing the moment is not necessarily flying over into some remote location or an exotic island. Sometimes you can seize the moment by walking out your own front door. Taking a few steps away from where you live. Considering the path where we drive from time to time and saying, let me stop and observe this. Let me stop and enjoy this moment. And I need to share this with us all because this is true. When it comes to how to seize the moment, can I tell you that every moment is not necessarily about us, but seizing the moment. If you're going to seize the moment, sometimes, and this is what I offer to us, above all else, make sure that you love people. I've discovered that it is impossible for me to seize the moment or to seize the day if I'm of the me mindset. That doesn't work for me. One of the things that I've learned to do, and one of the things that brings me my greatest reward, is to invest in people. What do you mean, Cullen? Invest your money? No, that's not really what I mean, you all. But when I talk about investing in people, what about investing in listening to the needs of other people? What about investing in learning how to communicate with other people? What about becoming someone's biggest cheerleader? What about celebrating the wins of other people? What about making people feel special? What about making people feel valued, making people feel loved? One of my greatest strategies for me for seizing the day and living life to its fullest, again, for me, is to, above all else, love people. And let go of negativity. Just let go of anger, let go of frustration, let go of those things and learn how to be grateful. Learn how to practice gratitude every single day. And that is why I opened with that conversation, learning how to practice gratitude every single day, because that means you're seizing the moment. There's something in the moment that I appreciate. There's something in the moment for which I'm thankful. There's something in the moment for which I will express my gratitude. I'm grateful for this. I'm thankful for that. I appreciate this. And learning how to seize the moment means that you learn how to dream big. Got to learn how to dream big. How do I do that, Cutler, if I'm so preoccupied with the fear of failing? How do I learn how to dream big? May I share a conversation with you all that I shared with a young minister from my church earlier today? I was sharing with him that sometimes we set out and we have 10 steps in mind, and you realize and you discover that you got to step number 5 before giving out. And sometimes we are so focused on the 5 that we missed until we don't focus on the 5 that we accomplished. Cutler, what are you saying? Focus on what you met, not what you missed. If we're going to seize the moment and we learn how to put negativity aside, one of the things that we need to learn how to do is focus on what you met, not on what you missed. Yes, dream big dreams. And this is why I'm talking, because sometimes we are afraid to dream because, Cutler, if I dream too big, it may not happen. Set your aspirations among the stars, so that you will have something to work towards every day. And let me just put this out there. If you don't make it to the depth of your aspiration, one of the things life is designed to do is to teach you what is inside of you. Because if you did not set out to reach goal number 10, you would have never realized that you met goal 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Focus on what you met, not what you missed. So don't be afraid to dream big. That's how you seize the moment. I get it. It's easy to stay within the realm of possibility, what I think is achievable, what I think I can do. But I can't help but be connected to the creator of the universe. And because I'm connected to the creator of the universe, my mind goes back to a passage that says, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that I could ever think or imagine. So set your goals high. People say, well, that's too lofty. Well, you know what? It's supposed to be lofty. It's supposed to be big, because life is about pulling out the tenacity within me, reminding me of the value and the strength that I have. That's what you do. Dream big. Give me these last 60 seconds, if you don't mind, to remind you of what dreaming big looks like. And maybe I can come back and talk about this. Be as outlandish as you need to be. Think of things that you never imagined doing and set out to do them. Because that at least is going to prime your pump. I grew up in the South. That's at least going to prime your pump, and you'll move beyond these limits that you set for yourself. So be as outlandish as you need to do. And then dream. Take a current goal, take something that you're already thinking about, and think about how it could be grander and bigger, more phenomenal. Think of how to make it 2 or 3 times bigger than it currently is. What does that look like for you? This is how you dream big. Sometimes, in order for us to dream big, we might need to tap into who we once were. Tap into those 5, 6, 7, and 8-year-old little people who had no limits. They were full of confidence, as precocious as they might have been. But they were enthusiastic and optimistic about life. Maybe we need to tap back into who we once were and talk to the 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old within us and say to those younger people, what is it that you want to do with your life? How many times they say a doctor or a lawyer or a prince or a ballerina, firefighter, an astronaut or something, but they took the limits off of life and they knew how to dream big. Maybe we need to tap into who we once were. And as we're tapping into, listen, you all, as we're tapping into who we once were, learn how to change the words that we speak over ourselves, because words are powerful. Words within our tongue is the power of life and death. Sometimes the slightest word you use can alter your path. Let me say that again. Sometimes the slightest word that you use can alter your path. So make sure that you use words that will have a profound impact on not only your life, but your attitude and your feelings toward the goals that you set. And just like that 8-year-old did, that 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old did, learn how to believe in yourself. I've got to go, y'all, but learn how to believe in yourself. Remember time when you believed in yourself and you felt good about how you believed in you. You believed that nothing was impossible. It was more than just a hackneyed expression or a trite saying, but you believed that nothing was impossible. You believed that the sky was the limit. You believed in you. You believed in your ability to write. You believed in your ability to dance. You believed in your ability to soar. The other day, I was visiting my mom and I said, Mom, I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a long time. And she said, what is it? I said, I'm just going to go outside and skip. She said, are you serious? I said, yes, ma'am. I'm going to go outside and skip because I haven't skipped in almost 45 years. Now, you all know I've been through 2 surgeries. I have titanium rods, but you've got to believe in yourself. And I realized, oh my goodness, I haven't skipped in about 45 years. I don't know if I can still do it. I walked outside and skipped, and I tell you, I had the best time because it took me back to a time when I believed in myself. It took me back to a time when I knew how to dream. It took me back to a time when I communed with nature and I appreciated the ground that was under my foot. I appreciated the sky that was above my head. J-Song, that's it. Dream without limitations. Learn how to dream. And focus on what you meet, not what you miss. And remember, in the words of Madam C.J. Walker, don't sit down and wait for opportunities to come. Get up and make them. I empower us all. This is my offering. Let's learn how to make opportunities. You don't see an opportunity? Make one. And above all else, love people. Thank you all so much for allowing me to share this space with you all. I am so energized about seizing the moment. Let me put my shoes on and go outside and get to skipping. Yeah, listen, y'all put your shoes on and go outside and get to skipping. And then the next time we talk, come back and tell me about it. And tell me how freeing, how liberating it is. And I was almost embarrassed to skip because I thought, oh, some car is going to see me with my almost 60 or somebody driving by might see me with my almost 60-year-old self. But guess what? A lot of people would love to be able to skip who can't. Go outside and do it and tell me what you all think about it. All right. Listen, please know this. From my heart to yours, there is and always will be so much love. Let's keep doing what we do, y'all. Let's keep building community and let's keep maintaining connectivity. Make sure that you keep your heads up. Make sure that you keep your hopes up. Stay safe. Stay sane. Until the next time we talk, tell somebody else to come on and let's talk to Cutler. But please, more than anything, I want you to glean from this evening's conversation that there are so many moments. Don't miss the moment, but learn how to seize them. I'll see you all the next time I see you. Good night, everybody.